We welcome our listeners to the Friendly Cross European podcast. I'm Marion from France, and with me is Karoliina from Finland. We are the Outspoken Two, and we invite you to be your authentic self. In this episode, we are continuing to talk about our crookiest friendships. Still a two-parter, but it's the last this season because this is the quite not the last one. We'll make a special one at the end. Terveloa, welcome, bienvenue, and let's go!
A two-part episode. How typical.
Yes, I think maybe we should have chosen a 2-hour format. It would have been more appropriate.
Imagine a 30-minute or 40-minute format. We would have 4-parters or 5-parters.
Yeah, it would be one season, one topic.
Yeah, maybe we change it for next season.
Yeah,
Depends
you'll
on the
tell us.
feedback.
Yeah, if you want us to be even more detailed, we can. We have many stories left.
Yes, we do. Shall we start about quirkiest friendships?
Yeah, just before you told me that you wanted to talk about your kleptomaniac roommate.
Yeah.
I want to hear more.
Yes, because it's not enough that I have had the worst men. I also had the worst roommates. Actually, I think others from my I was almost saying that my other roommates have been nice, but then more stories come to my mind. But I'll save those to the later seasons because this she was a very good friend of mine. And when I moved from Paris to Finland, I needed a place to stay. And she happened to need a roommate as well. So we decided
I
that
have one
we
question.
are going to live together. You do?
Yes. Was it the first time or the second time you lived in Paris?
The first time.
Okay, so I didn't know you then.
No,
That's
you didn't.
just what I needed to know.
You
Carry
didn't
on.
know my little depressed self. You knew my less depressed self.
That's better.
Yes, that's better. And actually, my friend moved from Germany. So we're two Finnish people moving from abroad back to our hometown. And I had known her 2 or 3 years at this point, and I considered her my friend for 2 years. And when we moved in together, we agreed on an apartment. We agreed to split the rent. We tried in the beginning to have a budget for food, and then both are eating each other's foods, but that wasn't working out at all. And because she hadn't finished enough studies, she hadn't finished enough of her studies during her exchange in Germany. She wasn't getting any money from the Finnish government. And she needed to sort this money situation out, and I was paying for everything, all the rent and food, and
I think
you know
there's
the
a
drill.
theme there.
There's a team, yeah. Now that I'm talking about it, I feel like that I have a pattern.
Yeah, I think as well, because I think we made an entire season with you in each episode saying, I was paying for everything.
I'm just giving my money away. That's my thing. Yes, so I was paying for everything again, and I was waiting for her to pay me back. And she finally got this money thing sorted out. It took her 2 or 3 months. And when she told me that they are going to pay her, she said that the first thing she wants to do is buy plane tickets to go to Germany to see her boyfriend. And at this point, she owed me 1,300 euros, I think, for
Yeah.
with rent and everything. And I
Yeah,
was,
that's great.
yeah, that's a good amount to owe your friend.
Yeah, I think of myself of a dumbass for not taking advantage of you now that I know that you give your money away.
Yeah, maybe I could pay for your house. Like, just call me up.
That's not in my nature. I hate borrowing money to anyone. I figure things myself. But I think this was a missed opportunity on my end to not spend any money.
My wallet is always open. I Yeah, actually now if I'm borrowing anything to anyone, I think I'm not going to get it back. This makes it easier. Like if I borrow a book for you, I think it's a book lost. I just give the book back. So if someone gives me what they have borrowed, I'm happy. But at this stage in my life, I was expecting my 1,300 euros as a student. And
I think many people would expect the money back and not hearing like, oh, I know I owe you a lot of money, but I'm gonna spend it on myself first.
yeah, exactly. And she was living with me. Where is she going to go? I know where she lives.
You can corner her in a alley and say, I know where you live. Give me my money back.
So she reluctantly, oh my god, that's a difficult word for Finnish mouth again. She reluctantly paid me the money and still went and saw her boyfriend in Germany. And I think the problem started. I didn't think that was a red flag necessarily because I got the money back. I think the problem started maybe 3 months in because she was using my car to go to work. And this was, by the way, a job I got for her because I was working as a housekeeper for a millionaire. He became a millionaire by winning in poker, and they needed another person, so I gave my roommate this job. And she took my car to the job, but she was never filling the gas to the car, and she was not paying for the insurance, and she is not, of course, paying for the maintenance of the car.
You are such a good person. Maybe too good for your own good.
Yeah, I see a pattern again because I gave her instructions that she writes down the kilometers she's using the car for, and this way we can see how much gasoline she owes in each month. And she wasn't just filling the papers that I left in the car for her to use. And I learned that she was stealing money from our employer.
Great.
Yeah, he was paying us 15 euros an hour to clean and cook for him. It was a very good job. And he had this, he posted on a Facebook group when he needed someone to come over. And the person who was the quickest to answer his messages usually went to his place. And it came to a point where I hadn't been to work for 3 or 4 weeks because my roommate was always answering that she is going to clean at his place and to cook at his place. And as it happened, I was out with my dog, Sarah, each morning at the time when he posted the message. And I had a little talk with my roommate about this, and I said, I'm running out of money. I really need to go to work. Can you please, next time he says that he's needs someone. Can you let me answer him? And she says, of course. And the next day,
She doesn't.
yeah, exactly. Like, what did I expect? The next day, we had laboratories because she was studying chemistry with me. So I was with her a lot. And she was my laboratory partner. So we went to the university, had our laboratories. And then after the laboratories are finished, I'm going home to take out my dog. And she says, I'm going to study at the library. And I'm like, okay. I go home and I open Facebook, and our employer has sent a message in the morning that he needs someone to come and clean, and my roommate has answered him that she is coming. And I'm watching the message, I'm like, we had this discussion yesterday that I really need to go there. I need some extra cash. And when she comes home, I ask her, why didn't you just tell me that you are going there? And why did you do that? And she starts telling me that she saw it at when she was studying at the library, and then she was like, well, you went home already, and so I thought that I should just go there. And I'm like, it says here that you answered him at 7 a.m. on Facebook. What are you saying? You just did it like you've done it every morning and not given me the opportunity to go there. And it just, she was fired and I was fired because she stole from her job. Actually, I was fired because I didn't go there for such a long time. And she was fired because she stole from the job.
I don't understand people who are lying when there are proof of their lying. Like, I don't understand.
I know.
It happens at my work. Like, it happened recently. Like, I know you lie. I can see you are lying to my face. Why? And when I say, I know you are lying, stop it. I have the evidence. They still are saying to me, like, no, that's not true. And like, are you super dumb? Or are you taking me for someone who is super dumb? Like, there is none another option than what I say. So, stop telling me it's not true. It's stupid. Like, I have many coworkers who do that, and I'm like, why? I won't fire you. I'm your coworker. I'm not your boss. Why? There's no point in lying.
Yeah, is that the French thing? Like, is that to save face, or what is it about?
It's kind of the... I'm not sure it's the culture, because I'm not like that, and many of the people I know are not like that. But I think because in my workplace, the work is, at least in the first year, is quite precarious. You don't want to think that you made a mistake.
Oh.
But I think it's worse. I wouldn't remember the incidents if they didn't lie to me, actually. Like, I would yeah, okay, you made a mistake, don't, it doesn't matter. But when you lie, it just ingrains in my brain, and I'm like, you're a liar. You're just a fucking liar. Don't talk to me again. Don't say things to me. I know you're a liar.
Yeah.
Lie
Mistakes
better,
are okay.
people.
Lie better.
Yeah.
No. Admit mistakes.
No. You have to admit to your mistakes. I don't like lying, but if you have to, because sometimes in life you have to, if you have to lie, make sure there is no evidence of the contrary of what you're saying. That's fucking stupid. I made this mistake with a friend, actually, and yeah, my bad. I'll tell the story just after. That's the one I wanted to talk about. I'm just gonna close this one and open it again in a few minutes.
I'm laughing so bad because in the episode 5 or 6 you say that... Yeah, what did you say? Yeah, you...
Cut to the passage, cut to the thing that I say.
Okay, no, I forgot. I was having too much fun. Because you were saying, now you are saying lie better, and then in the 5th or 6th episode, we have a whole conversation that, don't you lie, don't you dare lie.
No, it's not good lying. It's I'm not proud of it, but I lied a lot. But
Oh, me
I'm
too.
so good at lying because I had to. Like with my parents, not lying was not an
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, that's a whole
So-
different saga for next season. We already
Yeah,
discussed this, that the family
Yeah.
stuff comes next season. That's
I think it would
juicy.
be the whole season.
It will be the whole season, and the season after that, and the season after that.
Yeah, but when you don't have a choice, you become really good at lying. But I don't like to do it, so I in my personal life, it's been I think 10 years that I make a point of not lying as much as I can, because sometimes you kind of have to, like the little white lies, so you don't create a problem, or with someone saying something to you and say, don't tell it to anyone, and then another person asks and you say, I don't know. That kind of lie, the lie like that I do, because I want to respect my friends, and if they say don't tell, I don't tell.
I have just started saying that it's not my story to tell. People actually respect that. And what else? I like to remain silent if I have nothing good to say. But I also realize in my life that it's a constant battle, because I used to lie when I was a child. I have so many stories of just stupid lies that I just made up for fun. And I'm in a place in my life where if I say that I worked for 8 hours and I worked for 7.5 hours, I feel bad. So I think I'm in a good place when it comes to lying now.
Yeah.
But I still slip up. But that's how I slip up. I exaggerate something by an hour or half an hour or something. But anyway, my roommate
so
wasn't like this.
don't drown the donkey again.
We did.
Yeah.
We drowned an army of them already.
Yeah. We got to rename the show The Drowning Donkey.
The Ranting Two and the Drowning Donkeys. That's a band name already. And she told my roommate also, when she got fired, she told me that she had taken more money from the house of the dude, because we were allowed to take our own salaries. He had just drawers full of money.
We have incident that I don't hear you anymore.
What? Oh
You can
my.
talk. I see you talk. There is no sound.
Okay, Discord is saying that there is sound.
I don't know.
Do you hear me now?
Keep talking. I hear you. I see your
No.
lips moving.
No, you don't. I
There's
can't
nothing
hear you
happening.
actually. If you are speaking.
I don't know. Come on.
Do you hear me now? No, she's laughing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Beautiful. So, I have managed to mute my microphone and my computer from various places, but this is a new one. That was Discord, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Discord because we lost both of those sounds I'm not gonna be
Simultaneously.
able to say. Yeah, that word. Not gonna try it.
I think we should make an episode where we are trying to pronounce words and see which kind is the most difficult for our respective language. That would be funny. And what was the last part you heard before we lost connection?
That she was stealing, and she was explaining to you why she stole.
Yeah, because in our employer let us take our own salary from a drawer in the house because he was a millionaire. He just had drawers of cash in his apartment. And for example,
That's totally normal.
yeah, once my roommate took his coins to a bank, and only the coins were like 7 or 800 euros. So he has just piles of cash, and we could always go there and take our salary, and we just inform him that we took our salary.
But she took more.
She took more, yes. And it was also funny because she said that she took money for gas because our employer said that we can take some gas money. He can pay for the gas when we come to work. But she wasn't paying any gas to my car.
Yeah.
So
that's bullshit.
Yeah, she was just taking more gas from it. So she was fired. And with all the money, she was visiting her boyfriend in Germany. We lived together only for 9 months total. And out of these 9 months, she spent 3 months in Germany. And I was taking care of her cats for 3 months.
Oh.
They were lovely cats, at least when they were with me. When she was home, they were mostly like in her room doing nothing. And when they were with me, they were going around the apartment and playing with me and stuff. I liked her cats.
More than her, I guess. She's not very likable right now.
Yeah, she wasn't very likable. Yeah, I'm getting to the end of the relationship soon, and I actually get a little bit mad just thinking about it. Anyway, the cats and my new dog, Sarah was a puppy. I got her when we were together. I got her when we were living together, this girl. So she was 2 months to almost a year old. And now I'm just getting irritated again because I took care of her cats for 3 months, like I said. And I made sure that the cats are okay. During our living together, I asked her twice to let my dog out. And we had a fenced backyard. And she's a puppy. She can't hold it in for a long time. And the first time I come home, I had a meeting in the evening. So I had been away from home for 10 or 12 hours at the time I come home. And I asked her beforehand if it's okay if she lets my dog to the garden. And when I came home, there was pee on the carpet in the living room. And I say, there's pee on the carpet. And she said, yeah, the dog was whining at the garden door for 5 minutes and I wouldn't let her out, so she peed on the carpet.
Who in their right mind, when you see a puppy whining at the door to the garden, wouldn't let him out? That's stupid.
That's horrible. If you were visiting me and my dog needed to go out, you would, why wouldn't you do that? The garden was fenced. She's not going anywhere. She just wants to pee. And the more infuriating thing is that she was sitting in the living room. So she is like 1.5 meters from the door to the garden. And she's listening to my dog whine there. And she just lets her pee on the carpet. And I didn't even have a reaction at that point because I was kind of disappointed in her, especially because I had taken care of her cats this entire time that she has been to Germany. The other time I asked her to take the dog out when I came home, she was cooking, in the middle of cooking, And she said that, yeah, I was about to take her out. And I'm watching her and I'm like, yeah, you are chopping ingredients. It's not looking like you are going to take the dog out. So after that, I didn't ask her to take care of the dog anymore because I couldn't trust her.
That's insane.
Just sad. I feel bad for the dog.
You did so much things for her. Like, you lended her a car, you got her a job, you lended her money. Come on, you can walk the dog.
Not even walk the dog. Let the dog out of the door.
Yeah, but I think the bare minimum after all that would be an hour walk with the dog.
With the dog, yeah.
Because, yeah, you know, you have to be grateful for the people in your life. If they do stuff for you, you gotta do stuff for them.
I like that sentiment.
I know many people think that maybe this is expecting that if you do something for someone, you're gonna get something back. But that's human nature. Come on, people. Like, many people told me, like, you do stuff because you want something back from people. And I say, no, that's not the reason. It's just, it is expected because we are human beings and that's how human being works. And I do stuff that I want, not especially the person that I'm doing it to, that I would like other people to do. Like, I used to not have a vehicle at some point when I was under 18, so I couldn't have. But I knew people who had vehicles. And most of the time, none of them would make a small detour to take me home, to not take the bus or stuff like that. So when I had my vehicle, I made a point to always, if the detour was not too big, because, come on, I'm not gonna make an hour detour to take you home. But I always made a point to, if I can, take people where they need to or close to where they need to. Because I think I want people to do that for me. You know, the saying like, don't do to people what you don't want them to do is the same as do to people what you want them to do for you. So if you do nice things to people, I think it's normal to expect that they do nice things for you. And it's not like being selfish, or it's not like good to do something with that in mind. No one does anything in life without any expectation of having something in return. Whatever the something is. Like, if you believe in heaven and you do nice things because you think that it's gonna get you to heaven, you're doing nice shit because you think it's gonna get you something. It's human nature. No one does anything nice just to be nice. You have at least an ulterior motive. That is, I'm gonna be a nice person. That's how human works.
Yes. A little give and take. Thank you, Marion. There was a lot of... I'm just directly jumping back to my story, because there were a lot of little things. Like, she was very jealous of her food, but then I wasn't allowed to use her 1 liter of ketchup. She was so defensive about her stuff.
But she would take yours.
Of course. I came to the I came to the kitchen multiple times and she's reaching out for my items from the fridge, and then she misplaces them or like puts them to a different spot in the refrigerator. Like, of course you were organizing the freezer when you were just taking my soda out of the actually you were actually filling your cup with my soda.
Yeah, it's to organize the fridge.
Yes.
If it's in her belly, it's not in the fridge anymore. Some more room.
When we moved in together, she didn't want to use any of her furniture or like kitchen cutlery or equipment or anything. So everything in the house is mine. And I'm okay with that. I think she was just so... In the beginning, I was just thinking that it's easier to separate them in the end because we know that it's all mine. But in hindsight, it seems like she just didn't want me to use anything. She was just so possessive over her like forks and knives and such that she didn't want to share them. And after the car thing and after the dog thing, after her being fired, after she lied to me and used my car incorrectly, left me at parties to go without me, leaving me in the Finnish winter to try and find a way home there. And yes,
Come
with
on!
my car.
What is wrong with this girl?
She was an individual. I had enough, and I told her that she needs to move out, and she was so offended by it. She didn't take it well, and
she's completely useless, you know. Come on.
She was going to Germany again. This is like it's coming to the end of the school year, and she's going to Germany again. She's watching apartments in Germany. She finds she's trying to find an apartment while she's, I don't remember, 2 weeks maybe in Germany, and she finds something, and she tells me while she is not in Finland that she's going to rent this other apartment, and she's going to stop paying rent to me, but she will have all her stuff in my apartment, but she just won't pay any rent to me because she wants this new apartment. So this bitch is trying to have her shit in my apartment and not paying any rent so that she can secure a new apartment. And I'm telling her, if your shit is in my place, you are paying for the room. I'm not paying for the room because no one can move in there. I can't have another roommate if her or everything she owns is still in that room. She didn't take that well. She comes back to Finland. And she's the kind of person that when we were buying toilet paper, I would buy the 32 pack one, the really big one. And when it was her time to buy toilet paper, she buys the 6 or 8 one, you know, just the little give and take. And I started realizing that there's one roll missing every day. And I'm like, whoa, we are using a lot of toilet paper. Until it becomes the day when she needs to move out. And I see that she has been hoarding toilet paper for more than 2 weeks in her room, so that when she moves out, she's going to have almost a full bag of toilet paper that she didn't pay for.
She's just insane. That's not normal behavior. Come on.
I was laughing so much. Like, if you need toilet paper that much, just ask me. I have given you everything. At this point, you can take the toilet paper.
Come on.
That was the best part of it. She tried to take all my things. She just came to the kitchen and she was pointing at the... she came to the kitchen when I was sitting there, and she gave... and she goes, I'm taking that, I'm taking that, I'm taking that, I'm taking that. And she's pointing at my microwaves, my spoons and stuff, my carpet. This bitch is dividing assets that are mine to herself. And when she was moving out, in one of the boxes, I see one of my spoons, my kitchen spoons, and I take it out from there, and I'm like, shit, I have to go through all the things that she's taking because she has hidden my stuff in her belongings so that she's stealing my shit all the time. I started taking my stuff out from there. Her response was that she started taking everything to her room and re-hiding things in the stuff. In the end, I went through her stuff 3 times so that I could get all the things out that she was trying to take from me.
God, she's
it was amazing. She's so like, how I don't know, like, it's, my mind is like blown. Like, do you really need forks and like rollers and stuff so bad that you have to take them from your roommate?
There's no word. This is insane at a level that I don't understand. Why forks? Just why?
I know. And it was like I actually don't know the words in English. It was mostly kitchen equipment, but there were like, and the fact that I had to go through the things 3 times, like she was actively trying to hide them under things that I had already gone through. So this girl really liked her cooking, and I was so happy when she got out. I actually had to wrestle the key from her because she wanted to come pick stuff. She wanted to come and pick up the stuff when I wasn't home. And I told her, you have tried to steal from me this entire time you have been packing. You are not coming to my apartment when I'm not home. Because I was like thinking she's just coming there and taking the TV, the microwave, the sofas, everything she can get her hands on. Because she was trying to do that already with the kitchen equipment. So that's, and I haven't talked to her since. That was the end of our friendship. Can you imagine?
Good thing. Great thing. Yeah.
A good riddance. I might have ruined her reputation a little because we were both studying chemistry, and when she moved out, I told everyone at a party. It was glorious.
If you don't want people you think you're a piece of shit, don't act like one. That's my advice.
Yeah. Don't steal, lie, and piss in their cereal.
What? Tell me she didn't do that. It's a saying in Finnish. Please
yes, it's a saying in Finnish.
Okay, because I was like, that is like Humber Heard crazy.
Oh no, a cultural reference. I have. I was actually, before we started recording this episode, I was watching, mental analyst reacts to her testimonies, and I was doing some back muscles and booty muscles.
Okay.
But you had some friend stories as well.
Yeah, mine I don't think are that clear-cut. No, I have one that is really clear-cut. Then I'll talk about the other ones that are more, I have my wrongs in those. In this one, I don't think I'm wrong. So, I had this friend that a previous friend introduced me to, so I hang up with these 2 guys that are best friends. We form a little trio and we are happy and good. One of the guys has a girlfriend, but is well known, except for the girlfriend, that he has mistress.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah, but I don't interest him, so I'm just a friend. And I'm great that I'm just a friend. But we go to parties and I introduce them to some of my friends. And he took a liking to one of my friends. Just to tell you the context of our ages, because I think it matters. he was 19 and I was 16 and the girl was 15. So a bit of gap between them.
Yeah, at that age.
Yeah, so they start a relationship. She knows that she's a mistress. Like, it's well known. We are all going to the same high school together, you know? So everything is known. She knows he has a girlfriend for 4 years and like his
4 years.
And he switched mistresses, I think, every 6 months, something like that.
Whoa.
So she knows the situation, and I talk to her at the beginning of things, and I say, maybe it's not a great idea, you know? He has mistresses before, and he's not gonna leave her for you. It's not gonna happen. I know him. He's my best friend. I spend every day with him. I know the guy. He's not gonna leave her for you. So they started dating anyways.
Yeah, obviously.
And we start to hang, the four of us. Not much, because she lives very far away and we live like in the same town. So we spend most of our days, the three of us, and she feels jealous that I got to spend so much time with him and she can't.
So which she is jealous?
The mistress.
The friend or the mistress?
The mistress.
Okay.
My friend doesn't really care about his mistresses or his girlfriend. He didn't care. So the mistress is my friend, and I'm in the same class as her, so I see her every day. And so I see her every day, and then when I go out of high school, I spend my afternoons with him and another friend. And she becomes quite jealous of me spending so much time outside of school with him. And she starts to think that he's gonna leave his girlfriend for her. And she starts going kind of crazy and starting yelling stuff in the hallways at school. Like, I love you, dump her, and stuff like that. It's insane. It's just insane.
Really? Oh my god. Oh my god, I miss high school now. I want to be in your high school.
It was funny.
My high school wasn't like this.
It was funny. So yeah, this happens. So it's kind of, I'm like, he's not gonna do it. And I try to like lower her hopes up because I think she's gonna be really like, she's gonna be really sad. And one night we are going out, like I was a party girl at this time of my life, and I was going out every weekend, and we were like in a nightclub. We were in a nightclub like in Paris. Yes, for everyone who's wondering, it's not allowed. I was under 18.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking.
I was under 18. I wasn't allowed to go out in nightclubs, but you know, I was a sexy piece of chick. And I could go anywhere.
Ooh, you still are.
No, I was not a slut, but I was dressing like one. I'm pretty sure there is no pictures of me in the kind of outfits I was going in nightclubs because, there was not much fabric on me.
No, okay.
Yeah, so she calls us. We're in Paris. She's like an hour and a half away. And she calls us. No, her cousin calls us saying that she's gonna kill herself. So we cut the night short and we drive 1 hour and a half to go to her place. I'm freaked out. She's at this point one of my closest friends, and I freaked out and was like, come on girl, don't do that. And she's like, no, he's gonna leave me, I'm gonna die. Come on.
Sounds like a 16-year-old. Sounds like me when I was 16.
So we go to her place and she cries it out and she feels better and we go out. And that's 6 months of my life going like that. She cries every time he is not with her. She She goes insane. And when he finally dumps her, after the critical 6 months part, she starts to say that it's my fault. I'm not in their relationship at all. But it's my fault, and I'm a piece of shit, and she says that she's never gonna talk to me again. And then she changes high school. She changes high school, but in the same time. And the next year, I hear that I'm not allowed to go in a certain part of my town because she said so much shit about me that people want to, like, hit me. If I go to this high school,
Whoa.
some people are gonna beat me up. And I'm like, come on, I've done nothing in this fucking story.
Objection, hearsay.
Yeah, I was like, I've done nothing. I told you this was gonna happen. You didn't listen to me. How is it my fault? So yeah.
Yeah, people are not ready to hear the truth usually.
Yeah, so I spent 2 years, the 2 remaining years of my high school, not going to a part of time because I was afraid someone would try to punch me. And I never heard from her again.
Whoa, that's so much drama. I applaud you. This is nice. Like, this... I was just watching anime when I was in high school. You lived.
My life was insane. I'll talk more about, I think, my high school years in another podcast because it deserves one. Because just a bit of the teaser, I started middle school. My middle school and my high school was in the same place, so I did everything following. So I started middle school with no friends, crying every day because no one would talk to me.
Aww.
To be at the end of middle school, I'm not gonna say popular kid, but I was really well known. Everybody knew my name, and every guy wanted to be with me.
Mm-hmm. That's a success story.
The change. Yeah, my life was always starting from the or not. Like I'm not making sense. I'm gonna be able to form a sentence, I promise. In everything that I've done, I went to the unknown, to the popular, to the unknown, to the popular. Like,
How charismatic.
Yeah. I think I'm the type of person who screams the loudest. So it depends on the situation. So everybody loves me or everybody hates me. I know I don't like that kind of people, but I think it's true for me because I have strong opinions.
That's true.
And if you don't like them, I'm not gonna change for you, so
yeah,
piss off.
I've been listening to the podcast and sometimes I was going like, oh, that's radical. But that's Marion.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that type of girl. But, I have conviction and I don't want to water them down to have friends. I don't think I have to. I'm willing to, for my friends, to make every concession. But I'm not gonna change my mind. Like, I can go to the end of the world for you. You won't, and if you have great, or if you have any type of thing that could change my mind, I will change it. I'm not that type of person who have a mindset and never change it. If you can prove me that I am wrong, I'm gonna change immediately.
Yeah. Evidence-based.
Yeah, totally. But if I know I'm right, you can tell me your bullshit. Not gonna change.
Yeah, I have, through my experiences with people, I try to find the common ground and build from there, because I think we all have some point in the middle where we have to start compromising, and I feel like this would be very important for us to find as a humankind. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm not provoking anyone
that's true.
on purpose.
Oh, I'm not. I'm always trying to prove to them how illogical they
Oh,
are.
people very
And
much like that. I'm being sarcastic.
I'm trying to do it like I think I'm very much, I don't remember the name of the Greek. I think it's Socrates who's doing the question thing. Like, I'm not telling people things. I ask them question and I point to them the illogism in the thing. But I'm not telling them stuff. I'm just saying, like, if you think about that, how do you feel about that? And I do stuff like that.
I do the same. I did it more when I was younger. Now I just sometimes stumble across people's inconsistencies. Marathon. And I might point them out to them. I feel like I'm the 80-year-old grandma and I just hang, and then I come home and I complain to my boyfriend how irritating people are, but I won't confront them about it.
I do the same because I don't want to be this type of person who always say something. Like, most of the time I say nothing because I don't want to fight. You are entitled to being wrong.
I actually mostly talk to people I like.
That's better. I wish I liked my coworkers.
I like my... Oh
no,
my
it's
God.
not true.
Yes. I'm going to start a new job. And I'm very excited about that because it's in the place, it's in the same house and the building that the one of the most horrible and mentally abusive restaurants was. My new boss bought this place and wanted to hire me there. And I'm going to be a waitress there. And I can't wait to work in this place again. It was such a nice restaurant. Just the content of the owner was horrible. And I mean, I'm starting in 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah, that's great.
Woohoo. Yes, it is.
So I just want to finish with one story. Because
Yes,
I
please.
think we should have at least one story where both of the person are wrong. Because it can happen. You can make mistakes and the other one can make mistakes and it can break a friendship. So I was really... Funny thing is, it was in the same class as the first girl that I talked about. We were a trio. And when the girl left and did all of this nasty thing to me, we stayed, the two of us. And we were really close for 1 year. And then another girl from my past came in the picture and got really friends with the girl that I was friends with. And the fact is, I knew some stuff about the girl that came later. And what I did wrong, and I'm gonna start with what I did wrong, was tell intimate details that I knew about this girl to my friend.
Ah, so you told intimate details about the new girl to your old friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was wrong. I know that now. But at that time in my life, I thought that to be liked, I needed to know things about other people and make that known that I knew things. And I did that with a lot of people, and that wasn't good at all. I was a really gossipy girl. And that I know now is not the thing to do. Don't gossip about the people you like. If you have intimate details about a person, don't share them. That's not your place. So I did that. So that was really wrong of me. But at the time where this new girl came in the picture, I was leaving my boyfriend, the one who started harassing me. And he harassed my best friend at the time. And he started to say crazy shit about me.
Mm-hmm.
But since she was getting closer to the new girl and she started to realize that what I did was wrong, I think she was more inclined to believing him when he said some things. So she believed him. She thought that I talked about the story, and he said that he was the one who spent thousands of dollars on me.
Of course.
I was the one paying for everything, but you know. So he said stuff like that, and he harassed her until it was her breaking point, and she started to say, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You
mean the boyfriend or you?
The boyfriend I didn't talk to. He harassed my best friend at the time, and she believed him, and she said to me one day, I don't want to be around you anymore. You lied to me, saying that you paid for everything when he was paying for everything. You said those nasty things about the new girl, and she says that's not true, and she said that some of this is true, but she said them to you in confidence and that she shouldn't have shared them. You told me things about people that I didn't need to know, didn't want to know, and it wasn't you to share them. So for most of it, she was right. And for the part about my boyfriend, of course, she wasn't. But, you know, I made so many mistakes before that I understand why she was inclined on believing that I was in the wrong on this one also. So yeah, I wanted to say something that I was in the wrong mostly. And yeah, I tried to repair the relationships. I wrote her letter, and I didn't harass her. My politic is mostly to leave the person alone until they came back, but she never came back. We talked a bit, like a year after, 2 years after. We went to a party where we were both there, and we chatted, but yeah, the relationship was broken. I'm not sad about it. I was sad a lot about it, but it's life. And yeah, it happens. Sometimes you make mistakes. You have to own them and try to not make them again. Sometimes it happens. You can hurt people, and you can be the bad one in a story, and it's okay to realize that you're the bad one, and trying not to do that ever again.
Yes, that's a very good note to end this podcast on.
Yes. So this is the last episode of the season, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
That's true. Thank God, my heart dropped.
Okay, so we have planned for a 12 episode season. And as you can see, this is the 11th. So we are missing one. But I said it kind of the last one. What am I saying? So the last one will be about this podcast. We'll make something about the production and everything we went through to produce this one, because it's a funny story. And yeah, we started pretty much a year ago, when
July, yes,
yeah,
and
in
it's
July
now May
2021, and we released the first episode on the 27th, as you know, because you hear us from the very start.
Yeah.
So the last one will be about the podcast and how we produced it, and difficulties we had to face in this making, and also about your comments. We want to hear about what you want to know about us. You have many questions, I guess, about us and about the podcast, so we'll be doing that happily, responding to everything that is possibly done.
Yes, feedback, comments, naggings, rants. We are here.
Yeah, tell a story and you want our opinions. Everything. Everything is on the table, and it would be a 6-hour long episode, I think, if we do that. So we'll maybe pick and choose, but we'll try our make it best to be the final episode of the season.
Yeah. Or we have a 2-part final season.
Yeah.
A final episode for the season.
We'll see. You know us by now, and you know that we are chatty people.
Bitches, don't stop talking.
No. But why? We are so funny.
Yes. We talked, I don't even know, half an hour before we started filming this episode, and we are going to continue talking when we stop recording this episode.
Yes.
And we will talk in between of the episodes. So
So I'm gonna do a final hurrah for this one. So that's all for this episode. If you have anything else to add.
Yeah, take my money. I paid for everything.
That's not true. Not for this podcast. I paid my stuff. I'm not that kind of person. I'm the one giving my money away as well.
I had to. There was no other way to end it.
So, we invite you to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. You can find us on any podcast platform. If you have any question, as always, you can ask them, and hopefully you will get a response in the next episode. And if you want anything to tell us, you can email us at theoutspoken2@gmail.com. See you for the last episode of this season. Catch you all next time. Moi moi!
Moi moi.
Dun dun dun. In the last episode of the Outspoken Two, Season 1.
I think I did it wrong.
In the last episode of the Season 1 of the Outspoken Two.
Was that English? Good.